don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how you're...
Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming back to this channel. So today is the 1st of March and I am super excited about the beginning of a new month, as I always am. And I'm use the 1st of every month to do the planning for my business. So I plan everything that needs to be executed this month, and I also look back on the previous month and I see what were some of the things that were achieved, some of the things that we could do better in this month. So in this video I'm going to share with you my entire planning process, not from a personal perspective. I'm not going to share my own personal life planning because I feel like I've shared a lot of that in the past in my other channel. But today I'm just going to talk about the whole planning system that I follow specifically for my business. So if you are someone who already has a business, this video is going to be super helpful for you in understanding how you can plan your business, how you can set things up. And yeah, with that, let's get started. So I am currently starting out with this platform called ClickUp, which is my main planning dashboard, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. So here I have a full section that I've created. Okay, so here I have something called the Saloni CEO space folder on my dashboard. So I open this, and inside this I have business planning, quarterly planning, monthly planning, all of these sections. So inside this, what I do is I go to the monthly planning section, and then I have January, February, March, like that. So what I'm going to do is click on February, and this gives me an overview of everything that is happening in February. So the way I have designed this is in the top section I have the monthly goals, all the goals that I want to set up for this month. Then I come down in and I break it down into weekly goals. So inside weekly goals, what I have is week 1. So I have all of these goals that based on this, I break it down on a weekly basis. And then at the end of every week, I select whether this goal was achieved or not achieved. So I have achieved, not achieved, and partially achieved. So I select for each goal. Similarly, I do that for each of the weeks. And on the 1st of March, I look back on February's monthly goals and I look at which of these goals were achieved or not achieved. So what I'm going to do right now is look at this, and then based on that, I'm going to select whether it was achieved or not. So that's how I start my monthly planning section. So let's begin.
Give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me a sign. Yeah, give me a sign. Yeah, give me a sign.
So I'm done with all the review of the goals that I had to do for the month of February, and looks like we were able to achieve quite a lot of things. There were still some things that I had planned that we just couldn't achieve. So I'm going to move them on to March. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create the same dashboard what I showed you for February, which is the achieved, not achieved dashboard for goals and for each of the weeks. I'm going to create that for March, and today I'm just going to set my monthly goals for the month of March, and I'm going to break that down into the first week. So first week's goals are also set on the Monday. So because today is also a Monday, I'm going to set all my goals for the month and the goals for the first week. And at the end of the week, I'll do all the reviews for weekly goals. And then in April, I will sit and do the review for the month of March. So I'm going to go ahead and set all the goals now.
You give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so
just got done with creating my entire dashboard for March. Looks like we are going to have a really busy month. I have so many goals. I have a launch of a new program. I have the move to the main office. We're actually moving from my home office to a bigger office space. So that whole move is lined up. There are revenue targets. There are so many goals that I've set. It seems super overwhelming right now, but that's how I like it. I like to have these big picture goals for me, which drive me a lot. So now what I'm going to do is, one of the major parts of my planning process is actually planning out all the content that has to be created, because from the house of Saloni Srivastava and Hustle Post Academy, a lot of content is created. We have 2 YouTube channels, 3 Instagram accounts, and a podcast, newsletters. There are so many things that happen. So I need to go to the board and plan out my content for YouTube and Instagram, so that at least that whole piece is out of the way. And this is something that I do on the 1st of the month itself, so that all my ideas and goals are planned out, like in terms of what has to go on which platform. So yeah, after this is done, the next step that I always follow is go to the whiteboard, plan out my content calendar for the entire month. So let's go ahead and do that.
we've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, baby, just give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more talking to you and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here?
So just got done with all of my content ideas for the month of March, which is such a big relief for me because I feel like the biggest task for me every month is just coming up with new content ideas, new ways of engaging my audience. So that I dedicatedly keep like 2 hours of time on the first of every month so that all of my ideas are out in front of me on this board. So I have my YouTube channel 1 ideas, channel 2 ideas, all the Instagram, IGTV and Reel ideas. So all of that's laid out for me. Things are so much more convenient after I have this. So now that this is done, I'm going to move on to my planner. So this part of the planning is done. Now I want to move on to my planner where I mostly do my entire visualization of the month in terms of what my month is going to look like. So day wise, I'm going to set out shoot days, edit days, planning days, business days, sales days, all of that. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to move to my table, sit with my planner and do all of that done.
Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in your arms again. So give me a sign.
So just got done with all of my planning of the month. So visually what I do is I create a different color of box for different activities. So this one is shooting, this one is editing. So I do that. This gives me like a clear visualization of how my month is looking like. So yeah, I'm done with all of my planner setup. Now the last thing that I have to do is, it's the most dreadful thing. I have to look at my financial documents. So my CA firm, I work with a CA firm, and what they do is they send me all the MIS information. MIS is just information about my accounting. So how the kind of money that came in, the kind of money that went out, all of that information. They create a P&L, balance sheet, all of that. So I have to sit and review the whole thing, see how we are doing financially. It's really important. It's a boring part of my business, but I have to make sure that it gets done. So I am just going to open all of my documents and do that. So I do want to mention here that if this kind of a lifestyle sounds exciting to you, where you build your own schedule, you plan your own business, you do things that really make you happy, and you understand everything about your business, you don't feel super overwhelmed about your business, where you see a vision, you have clear goals and everything, then I would highly recommend that you check out Hustle Post Academy. I'll leave the link to that in the description box below. Inside Hustle Post Academy, I teach you exactly the step-by-step process that you have to follow to start your own business, grow your own business, scale your own business. And if you want to live the life that I and 3,000 other people in my academy are living, then I would highly recommend that you check that out. Okay, so with that, I'm going to move on to setting up my MIS documents, which is all of the accounting documents. It's going to look a little scary, but I'm just going to power through it. I'm going to look at all the data because it's super important to see the kind of money the business is making, because at the end of the day, that's the purpose of the business, right? To bring in revenue. So let's go ahead.
Baby, give me a sign. Give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Just give me a sign. Give me a sign. Just give me one more.
So just got done with looking at my finances. It took me about a good 1 hour to go through all the details, but it was so worth it. Last month, the month of February, was, I wouldn't say it was our best month financially. We had a $50,000 month, which is okay, which is not bad, but nothing great. But from that perspective, I think, because January was a great month for us, because so many people, so many of our products are tied to the new year, right? So from that perspective, January was a great month, but February we still managed to hit $50,000, which is great. So yeah, just went through all of my P&L information, went through my balance sheet, looked at the cash flow statements, and it was just even though I'm a commerce student, it takes a little bit of time to digest all this information, but it's the part of being a business owner and a CEO, so I have to do this and I have to make sure that all of this happens. So yeah, with that, I'm all done. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me to plan the month of March with me. I feel like I'm completely done. All my goals are set, my dashboards and everything on ClickUp are made, my board is ready, my planner is ready, my finances are taken care of, everything's done. So I'm all set to kill it in the month of March. Super excited to see how this month goes. And starting next month, our team is expanding. We have 4 more people joining, so we're going to be 7 people team now in a completely new office. Things are taking shape. It's so scary to think of all this, but also it's super fun. So yeah, thank you so much. And if you would like to get started with your own business journey as well, if you'd like to build something of your own where you feel like you are the owner of it, then don't forget to check out Hustle Post Academy. The link to that is in the description box below. You can join the program for just about ₹21 a day, which is nothing. Honestly, the kind of value that we provide in the program, my students will vouch for it. It's a lot more than what we charge. So yeah, that's it. And I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye bye.
Way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in.